Tribe, I hope you're all well. I need to give you an update because obviously I did that rally call to you all a week ago. There was a huge outpouring of people ready to get into the fight, and now it feels like we're in a holding pattern. We're not. We're going knees to chest here in HQ, working up the deployment and working with government to get this over the line. But their decision making isn't necessarily keeping up with the speed that we need to operate, and I'm moving around to get out the sun, and also the speed that you're good to go at. So I'm going to let you know where we're at, what the two most likely courses of action are, and what we expect to see over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. What I would say is, as I said in my intent to the team here, this is a marathon and not a sprint. And whilst there is all of this desire and intention for you to get into the fight, now might not be the perfect time. In a few days it might be, but this is going to be a long slog, and we want to make sure we inject you at just the right time so we can sustain the effort for as long as possible through the peak of this pandemic. At the moment, the resilience forums do have it, but they're going to get overwhelmed very soon. So whilst it might feel frustrating to some of you that we're sitting on our hands, actually we're not. We're going knees to chest. But also, it isn't yet the perfect time to put you in, but we do need to be ready to go. So, Department for Culture, Media and Sport has been given the responsibility by COBRA and government to run the voluntary response to this crisis, to this disaster. So we've been plugging into DCMS into how we can create a national common operating picture for them of what is happening at the local resilience forums and coordinate that against volunteers that are coming into the sector. Because there's established organisations like ours and the Red Cross, but there's also going to be millions and millions of offers of voluntary support that is absolutely going to be needed. So by putting a liaison network into the LRFs to create a situation awareness and an understanding at the local resilience level as to what the need is, we can then create a national operating picture, identifying need, and then tasking appropriate volunteer resource against that. That's what we've been working up with the government for the last 2 days, and that's a huge strategic piece of work for TR to do on behalf of the UK in response to this crisis, and will have massive effect. So we have about 40 of you on standby, ready to go at the minute to do that. In parallel, we're in conversations with the military and the Office of Veteran Affairs. Lizzie Steinman, who is the Grey Shirt trustee, is already now working in Standing Joint Command, which is the military's reserve piece for civil contingency. So she's already in there starting to get a level of understanding. The Office of Veteran Affairs now wants to do a big marketing piece for spontaneous veteran volunteers, and they want to use us as the mechanism. So the second course of action is that through Lizzie, we start to identify local resilience forums that are becoming overwhelmed and need tasks. And we then start to send grey shirt strike teams to those areas, potentially then backfilling them with spontaneous volunteers from the veteran community. It may be that we do both of these cohorts simultaneously. So we have the National Coordination Cell for Government identifying need across the 43 resilience forums, plus working with the military, plus sending grey shirt strike teams, and plus sending spontaneous volunteers from the veteran community. So we have massive amounts of work going on at the moment, and we will keep you as up to date as we can. But I ask for a little bit of patience. There's only 10 of us at the moment doing this, and it is particularly tricky getting government to make the decisions at the speed we need them to make them. But TR is right in this conversation. So whatever we're going to do, back to my video to you a week or two ago, is going to be of significant meaning, and it is going to move the needle in the UK's response to COVID. And I know you're all going to do it incredibly proud when we can get you out the starting blocks. I will keep you updated as we know more. Hopefully over the next day or two we will be starting to launch. So keep watching this channel. Don't start clogging up underneath this one, please. If you want to write in the comments, write it in the thread. Keep this channel clear so that people can see these videos. Good net discipline for those of us that are in the military. Right, tribe, I love you all. Stay ready. We've got some work to do.